USCIS and NVC 2025 immigration update, faster green card and visa processing finally begins. Here's what you must know now. And right now in October 2025, the U.S. immigration system is shifting faster than anyone expected. USCIS and the National Visa Center are finally joining forces, cutting backlogs, clearing interviews, and restoring hope to thousands who thought their cases were forgotten. This isn't rumor, this is real movement. Whether you're waiting on a family petition, employment visa, or marriage-based green card, the next few months could change your life. But only if you know how to stay ready when your name gets called. So don't blink, because in this report, I'll show you what's really happening, who it affects, and what you must do right now to protect your status and move your case forward before the window closes. If you're interested in this topic, hit the like button, subscribe, and type interested in the comments, and I will give you a heart. For years, millions of families waited in silence, applications buried, interviews forgotten, dreams on pause. But today, that silence is cracking. Real progress is finally happening inside the U.S. immigration system, and this time, it's not just talk. It's visible, trackable, and changing lives right now. This is the U.S. Green Card Report, your trusted source for breaking immigration news, visa policy changes, and real movement updates straight from USCIS and the NVC. And if your case has been stuck for months or even years, pay close attention, because this might be the moment your file finally starts to move again. For decades, the U.S. immigration process has been defined by one word: delay. Cases vanish, mail gets lost, notices never arrive, and people spend years trapped in the same waiting line. But something shifted in 2025. This year, USCIS and the National Visa Center are quietly rewriting their playbook. From digital modernization to smarter case routing and real-time coordination between agencies, the system that once felt broken is beginning to breathe again. Here's what that means for you. USCIS is officially going digital first. That means no more relying on paper mail that disappears into thin air. Supporting documents can now be uploaded directly through secure online portals. Automated systems are flagging errors before your form even gets rejected. Email and digital notifications are replacing the endless wait for envelopes that never come. And it's not just about convenience, this is speed at scale. Applications that used to take months to review are now moving within weeks. Work permit renewals, family petitions, adjustment of status cases, they're all seeing faster turnaround time. It's what immigration attorneys are calling the quiet recovery. But that's just half the story. The real breakthrough, the National Visa Center, once known as the black hole of immigration, has gone active. That's right, where cases used to vanish after USCIS approval, now the NVC is issuing case complete notices and interview letters faster than at any point since before the pandemic. Petitioners who filed back in 2021 or 2022 are suddenly receiving emails saying your interview has been scheduled. Families separated for years are finally booking flights to reunite. This isn't rumor, it's happening. From Manila to New Delhi, from Lagos to Mexico City, embassies and consulates are expanding interview slots, doubling their daily appointments, and clearing old queues. In 2025, the government didn't just increase funding, it rebuilt the entire coordination network. They call it the Twin Shield System, a behind-the-scenes digital bridge linking USCIS, NVC, and consular offices so that cases move instantly once approved. No more weeks of silence between stages. If your petition clears USCIS today, it could hit NVC tomorrow. That's the kind of progress immigrant families have been praying for. And this time, it's real. You can see it in the numbers. Over 2.4 million pending cases were reduced by mid-2025. USCIS now processes an average of 86,000 work authorizations per week. That's a record high, and the Department of State confirmed a 30% increase in completed immigrant visa interviews compared to last year. That's not just efficiency, that's hope reborn. But before you celebrate, remember this: faster doesn't mean flawless. The system is still uneven. Some service centers are lightning fast, others still crawling. Some countries, especially those with high volumes like India, Mexico, and the Philippines, are moving slower than others, but the tide is turning. If your file has been gathering dust since 2021, this is the time to wake it up. Recheck your documents, update your contact info, and make sure your email and mailing addresses are correct, because if you miss that case complete notice, you might lose your interview slot. The immigration system has never been this interconnected, and that means one thing: movement is possible again. So here's the bottom line. After years of silence, the gears of US immigration are finally turning. You don't need luck, you need readiness. Because when that notice arrives, you won't get a second chance. This is your moment and your move. Something historic is happening inside US immigration, and for once, it's good news. What used to feel like a never-ending waiting room is finally showing movement. In 2025, both USCIS and the National Visa Center stopped patching the system and started rebuilding it from the inside out. Let's break down what's really changing, because behind the government press releases and legal jargon, this is the first time in years that families, workers, and fiancés are seeing actual results. For the last decade, the NVC was nicknamed the black hole. You'd file your petition, get approval from USCIS, and then silence. Months turned into years, emails unanswered, phone lines dead. People joked that their paperwork had vanished into space. But this fall, something flipped. The NVC now moves like an active gateway, issuing case complete notices and forwarding files for interview scheduling in record time. Applicants from as far back as 2021 are suddenly receiving interview emails they stopped hoping for. And it's not just talk, the numbers prove it. In the last quarter alone, the NVC cleared over 400,000 pending immigrant visa cases, the fastest clearance since 2019. How? Coordination and technology. USCIS and the NVC are now linked through a shared database known internally as TwinShield, a system designed to synchronize case data across agencies in real time. It eliminates duplicate uploads, missing files, and those mysterious lost-in-transit delays that used to paralyze the process. When USCIS approves your petition, TwinShield automatically alerts your case packet and queues it for document review instantly. It's the kind of interagency cooperation applicants begged for years to see, and it's finally here. Funding is another key player. Congress approved a budget increase earlier this year specifically to hire new adjudicators, modernize data systems, and reduce the family and employment visa backlogs. More staff means faster reviews, more interview slots, and fewer choke points. The average time between a case complete notice and an interview date has already dropped by nearly 40%. Consular offices that once processed 60 applicants a day are now handling close to 100. And it's not just a Washington miracle, it's global. U.S. embassies and consulates from Manila to Mexico City, Lagos to New Delhi are quietly expanding capacity. Manila added 2 new interview lines last month. New Delhi extended consular hours into weekends. Mexico City reopened satellite processing centers closed since the pandemic. Even smaller posts like Accra and Nairobi are reporting twice as many scheduled immigrant visa interviews compared to 2023. For once, the system feels alive. But progress doesn't mean perfection. The recovery is uneven. Some regions are still struggling with staffing shortages and security clearance bottlenecks. Complex cases, especially those requiring background checks or humanitarian waivers, may still crawl, but compared to the gridlock of just a year ago, the difference is night and day. Let's talk about the human side. Maria, a nurse from the Philippines, filed a petition for her husband in 2021. For years, she refreshed her inbox in vain. Then last month, she got the message she thought she'd never see. Your interview has been scheduled. Or take Arjun, an engineer from India. His EB2 petition sat idle for 16 months until TwinShield flagged it for immediate review. Within days, his case moved to NVC and his medical exam was booked. These are real people finally seeing progress after years of limbo. Even fiancé visas, once the slowest category, are catching wind. K-1 applicants who'd been dormant since last year are suddenly receiving interview calls, leaving lawyers pleasantly shocked. Renewal and extension cases, work permits, travel documents, green card updates are moving more predictably. For the first time in a long time, the immigration process feels like a process again, not a guessing game. But here's where you need to be smart. Faster movement means less time to prepare. When that case complete email lands, you may have only days to submit updated civil documents or pay your fees. Applicants who hesitate often miss their slot and fall back to the end of the line. The best move? Treat every pending case as if it could advance tomorrow. Keep your passport valid, your police certificates updated, and your translation certified, because when this system moves, it moves fast. And beware, scammers smell opportunity. Every time there's progress, fake immigration agencies start charging desperate families thousands of dollars, claiming they can speed up your case. Don't fall for it. USCIS and NVC do not accept bribes, shortcuts, or exited guarantees. The only people who can truly accelerate your case are you, by being organized, responsive, and ready. Bottom line, for the first time in years, Hope has a timestamp. From USCIS's digital overhaul to the NVC's real-time coordination, the once broken machine is humming again. You may not see fireworks overnight, but you can feel the gears turning. If you've waited in silence, this is your signal. The backlog is bending, the system is catching up, and your name might finally be next in line. Stay alert, stay prepared, and don't blink. Your update could arrive any day now. If your green card case is still stuck, this is the moment you've been waiting for. Because the system isn't just speeding up, it's rewarding those who are prepared. The difference between people who move forward and those who keep waiting is now razor thin. You can't afford to be passive anymore. You've got to play offense. And I'm about to show you how. Let's start with the #1 rule of 2025 immigration. Preparation is power. USCIS and the NVC are no longer babysitting applicants. The system assumes you're ready, and if you're not, it moves on without you. That means keeping your documents updated at all times. I'm talking about passports, birth certificates, translations, medical exams, and police clearances. If your passport expires while your case is pending, it's like dropping your ticket at the airport gate. They won't hold the plane. Renew it now, not later. Second, respond instantly to every notice. When USCIS or the NVC sends a request for evidence, RFE, or asks for updated documents, you should treat it like an emergency. Do not wait for next week. Respond within 48 hours if you can. Because here's what most people don't realize. Response speed affects your file's algorithmic priority. The system flags applicants who respond quickly as active, and those cases are more likely to be pushed through first. Slow replies tell the system you're not ready, and that's how files quietly fall back in line. Third, monitor your case daily. Visit uscigov.gov and see status updates for every single week. Create alerts on your phone for any case status changes. Don't rely on emails alone. Many go straight to spam. If your case number starts with IOE, that means it's being processed under the new electronic system. Those cases move faster, but they also require more attention to online communication. Be proactive. Don't wait for someone to chase you. Chase your own case. Fourth, if your file has been stalled way beyond normal processing times, get your congressional representative involved. This is the immigration system's best kept secret. Every U.S. citizen or permanent resident has the right to request a congressional inquiry on their pending case. It's not magic, but it's powerful. A single call from a congressional office can trigger a status review within USCIS or the NVC that might have taken months on its own. People who've been waiting for 2 years have seen movement within weeks after their representative intervened. It works. If you use it. Fifth, track the visa bulletin like a hawk. The Department of State releases it every month, and it's your immigration weather forecast. When your priority date becomes current, that's your window, your moment to act. Don't wait for someone to email you. When it turns current, get your documents in, pay your fees, and be ready for interview scheduling, because if you're not ready, the system simply moves to the next person in line. Next, start your interview prep now, not later. Too many applicants wait until they get the notice and then scramble for police reports, translations, or medical exams that take weeks to obtain. The smartest applicants are preparing today. Gather all updated records, double check your affidavit of support documents, and organize everything neatly. When that notice lands, you'll be ready to walk straight into your interview without delay. Let's address the rising problem, immigration scams. With progress in motion, opportunists are out in full force. They'll call, email, or DM pretending to be USCIS or immigration consultants, offering to speed up your case for a few $100. Listen carefully. USCIS, the NVC, and US embassies will never ask for payment over WhatsApp, Cash App, or social media. The only official websites are USCIS.gov and TravelStat.gov. With anything else is a trap. In 2025 alone, immigration scams have stolen over $62 million, 0 cents from applicants worldwide. Don't let your dream become someone's hustle. If your case is pending, but you've made a mistake in the past, maybe a missing document or a tax issue, fix it now. USCIS is no longer just reviewing paperwork. They're reviewing patterns. They look for responsibility, consistency, and moral character. If something's wrong, take corrective action early. File overdue taxes, renew expired IDs, and gather proof of compliance. The new system favors transparency, not perfection. And if you've been waiting in silence, wondering if your file even exists anymore, I want you to remember this. Progress is real. You just have to meet it halfway. The agencies are finally working together. The embassies are expanding their capacity. The data systems are synced, but none of that matters if you're asleep at the wheel. Be the applicant who's ready before they're asked. So here's your quick checklist to stay ahead in 2025. Keep all your documents current and digital copies organized. Respond to every notice or request within 48 hours. Check your case status online every week. Contact your local congressional office if your case exceeds normal times. Watch the visa bulletin monthly and prepare before your date becomes current. Never pay anyone outside the official channels. Most importantly, stay calm, stay informed, and stay ready. Because the immigration system is moving faster now than at any point in the last decade. But it's not waiting for anyone. Your next update could land tomorrow morning. When it does, don't panic, don't scramble, smile, because you were ready before they called your name. Now, if this video gave you clarity, hit the like button to push it to others who are waiting just like you. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and join the growing community of people who are finally seeing progress again. This is US Green Card Report, where facts meet hope and where your immigration journey finds its direction.